It's Friday in Athens. Welcome to our very first show. We'll be with you all season long, bringing you the games, the stories, and everything in between. I'm Brooke Evans, your host for tonight, and alongside me is analyst Hammy Culpepper. They have weapons like the running back duo Wingfield and Welch, with a combined yards that total to 1,908. Then Austin McGee, super fast, a track runner, committed to Georgia State and opened up the passing game for the Spartans. Cedar Shoals comes into this game 2-4, 2-2 in their region. In their 4 losses, they've allowed 35 points per game, which in comparison to the Titans offense doesn't look too good for them. So their defense is really gonna have to pull it together to get a win here tonight. Camille, what more on Cedar Shoals?
We are cold out here, they are cold out there, and I think it's causing fumbles for both these teams. I think it's a big factor in this game.
For sure.
And I think the real question is can you take advantage of these fumbles? Because it is happening on both sides. And Athens Academy Spartan Jeremiah Wingfield can and is taking advantage of these fumbles.
Big news from last week's game, their offensive line setting up not one, but 2 players to break 1,000 yards rushing in just 7 games into the season. Hammy, the Eagles might be in for some trouble tonight. Exactly. We were here 2 weeks ago to watch North Oconee take on Chesadee, where they hung 56-0 on them. And regardless of that, every fan stayed on their feet, stayed in tune in the game, and it really just shows they live, breathe, and die this Titan football. Now the Clark Central Gladiators are looking to go 2-0 for their season, and they have something a little special to play for. Sideline reporter Camille Stroud has more. If the Spartans can't stay disciplined throughout the entirety of the game, we've seen it mitigate their talent as a whole. So really what it's going to boil down to is, can they avoid simple mistakes on special team errors, fumbles, and missed tackles? Stakes for both the Eagles and the Spartans, as only one team advance and the other will see their season come to a close on this field behind us tonight. So the pressure is really laid on thick for these young men, and really what's going to be a matter of is who's going to manage this game better mentally and physically. Let's take the history of these two teams. Obviously, the Titans have a 3-winning streak record against the Jags tonight. And if you look at last season, the Jags, this was the worst loss of their entire season. It was 55-12, if I'm correct. Yes, 55-12. Not to mention Cedar only rushing for 78 yards and passing for just a mere 84 yards that whole game. So I say, give me the Titans, baby. They've faced big teams this season and have failed to close out. That does go to say, though, 3 out of 4 of those losses this season were away games. This game against Columbia on Saturday will be on the road as well. So we know Curry is a star player here, but he's not all that in a bag of chips, Hammy. Going for predictions, I'm going to say Oconee's going to take it all tonight. You know, you take a look at their last season. They had a new head coach. They had a scramble for QB, and now Titus Watkins has some experience under his belt. He's a junior now. He seems to really have a good head on his shoulders leading into this game, and I don't think they're going to go 0-2 for this season. They made it to semifinals last season, and I really think they're going to come out here strong tonight and take the win. They're looking to play some college ball. He's a really interesting guy, dual athlete with golf and football, and 3 if you're counting bass fishing. So he's a great player, even better person, and we love to hear from him. Prince Avenue Christian is notorious for producing great quarterbacks. Their most recent is stepping in to fill the shoes of University of Georgia's Brock Vandergriff. This new QB is blazing his own path here at this Athens powerhouse. Just last season, he led the Wolverines to a 14-0 record and a state championship title. Now this season, this Georgia Tech commit has the chance to break Georgia's all-time career high school passing yards. Aaron, this is your time to shine. I welcome you to 100 Yards with Aaron Philo. Hey, Aaron.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm doing good.
Someone you won't see on the field, but rather on the sideline in crutches tonight is senior Garrett Hess. I was just able to catch up with Hess, the 6'6", 290-pound offensive lineman who currently has 5 college offers, including 1 D1 offer from East Tennessee State, which he received just last week. This is all in the air now as his injury looks to be keeping him off the field for the rest of his senior season. Philo has 5 touchdown passes already and 201 passing yards. That leaves him just 110 yards away from breaking Prince Avenue's record, which is currently held by UGA's Brock Vandergriff. Hess told me tonight that in practice this past Monday is when he felt his left knee ligament go out. And unfortunately, Hess is no stranger to knee injuries. Just last season, Hess was only able to play for 3 games before he did the exact same thing to his right knee. That recovery took about 7 months for Hess to get back on the fields. With an unexpected key player, number 34, Peyton Talmadge. He's coming into the second half with 2 touchdowns and 134 rushing yards,
which is more than double his average yards per game last season. We didn't see much of him the last 2 games, but I think the Wolverines just discovered their new secret weapon. Previously this season, you were named in Georgia Varsity's top kickers in 2024 and top returning offensive players in 5A Region 8. What does this mean for you in terms of college offers? Trading scores, going back and forth. What are you adjusting in the second half to slow them down? Now you have the opportunity next year. If you're playing on Georgia Tech and you have Brooke playing over at University of Georgia, and you guys are facing each other's teams, but this time on opposing sides. What would that be like for you? So you're the only starting freshman on this team of a ton of senior leaders. What is the bond between you and the older players like?
We got to figure a way to slow them down.
For sure. And on a positive, like you said, your touchdowns are coming from big, explosive plays. What's going right on the offense side? So if I asked you this freshman year and I told you, hey, you're going to go 4-0 clean sweep against Athens Academy, what would freshman year you have said?
What came first, soccer or football?
I started playing soccer first when I was younger.
Soccer? Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think the hardest part about being a kicker is?
I mean, I'd say the mental side of it, to not let it affect your next one.
You think that's like a key trait a kicker needs to have in order to be successful? So last season, you had 3 main targets, all seniors who have graduated. They're huge players for your team as wide receivers. Have you felt this impact as a quarterback now?
I've definitely felt it a little bit, but a bunch of the younger guys have stepped up into huge roles, and they've done a great job.
For sure. And who would those younger guys be? Awesome. This is the end of our 100 yards, but thank you for joining me today, Aaron.
For sure.
And I wish you the best of luck for Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you.